Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you guys here today. What a crazy hour that we're experiencing right now. We just turned green for the day for XRP, looking really strong here on this 1 hour chart. And also, coincidentally, because that 1 hour chart, we are now in the green. So we did talk about this yesterday, these levels, very important key levels for XRP on its way to the moon. This 45 cent, 55 cent, 65 cent, but also just in case we were to break this 45 cent, we talked about this yesterday, we could be even returning to 35 cents. So we will be deep diving into the weekly chart, daily chart, 4 hour chart for XRP today. We're also going to take a look at the charts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Shiba Inu. And along with all of that, we've got some amazing news to cover for you today. Charles Hoskinson predicts more crypto adoption as sovereign currencies fail. The countries may not fail all the way, but their currencies, it's definitely a possibility. Huge positive news for crypto as an ecosystem here. $500 billion asset manager Apollo launches Bitcoin custody for institutional clients. So remember, more people are piling into the actual ecosystem of crypto as a whole. Ripple CTO defends XRP's sluggish price, says it's moving in sync with Bitcoin and Ethereum. We'll dive into that one today. XRP versus SEC. Jeremy Hogan shares key reasons for numerous amicus briefs in lawsuit. And another one was filed again today. So we'll jump into all of this right now.
If you're ready to earn an extra $200 to $3,000 per day in passive income, just like the Run Guys do every single day, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, then click the link in the description of this video to learn the Run Guys' #1 way to start earning passive income online with crypto today.
So first and foremost, very exciting. XRP did hold that 45 cent level, dipped a little tiny bit, but it did reject back to the upside. And we're going to jump into all of this, but I just wanted to cover a quick little overview here of what we've been talking about. The moving average ribbons here. We're going to jump to a smaller scale. So if you remember, our daily time frame on our TDI here is showing that we are weak, right? Because we have not crossed back above the market baseline, this yellow line. So it is still showing a bearish scenario. And we did have this potential bear flag with this drop down here, but the recovery here, I mean, we're going to have to keep on monitoring this because this could be a significant drop for XRP. We want to make sure we stay on top of that. On the smaller time frames here, on all of them now, we have run up to that 1100 exponential moving average on the 15-minute, the 10-minute, busted over on the 5-minute, and crossed to the upside, bullish cross on the 1 minute. So on these smaller time frames, looking bullish, but as we get higher and higher in the time frames, even though we did have this one massive 1 hour candle, it's already rejecting. It's as if they went and collected, because if we take a look here, we'll just draw it from the top of this candle over. Oh, that's not where I wanted to be. I want to be on top of that candle over. You can see they just went and snatched all these people might have started shorting. Boom, runs up, snatches all that liquidity and eats those people. Liquidations of all these people that were shorting. That is very likely what happened. And then now it will continue its move to the downside. But we'll have a much deeper dive into that here in a couple of minutes. We do also have our 4 hour. We've been talking about this, the 1100 exponential moving average. The red 50 exponential moving average has not crossed to the downside. So we are in this neutral zone. If it crosses to the downside, we go crazy bearish. If we cross to the upside, we continue our move to the upside, and then we continue our 4 hour RSI TDI move to the upside. We need to break back above the market baseline on the 4 hour charts. I like for longer period looking, like future, when the 4 hour makes a move, we get way more confident on where price is going for at least a day or two, right? Same thing on the daily charts. When the daily charts make a move, we can get confident on where price is going for about a week. And then on the weekly charts, we could get more confident on where price is going to be going for the next month or so. We have been in this bullish scenario on the weekly charts. So we're still bullish here, but like I said, it needed to have a little bit of a correction, and it has for the last couple of days, bouncing off this. So we'll look at that in just a couple minutes. So Charles Hoskinson predicts more adoption. In a recent Chainalysis report noted that crypto adoption in South America had grown by 40%. In a recent tweet by Optimus191, replying to Charles, said, "What do you think usually happens after the left-wing wave?" And crypto is about to get a lot of adoption as sovereign currencies fail. Hoskinson made this prediction based on the recent victory of Lula da Silva as Brazil's new president. Da Silva previously served as Brazil's president, but was imprisoned in 2017 on corruption charges. A Supreme Court decision eventually released him. And Charles says that South America is currently experiencing this left-wing wave, which he believes will impact the region within the next decade. South American adoption has grown by 40% just in the last 12 months. And the citizens have done this because it's an easier avenue to hedge against inflation and also send remittances and seek profit. Over 1 million Brazilians bought crypto from local exchanges operating in the country just in July. The tax authority also discovered that 12,000 companies declared that they were holding cryptocurrencies in August. Brazil is only one of the countries in South America where the adoption is rising. So even in the UK, back in September, when the decline of the British pound started happening, a massive spike in trading volume between Bitcoin and pounds, a Crypto Compare report revealed that trading volume peaked at 846 million pounds on September 26th. So obviously right now we are experiencing a bear market in the crypto world, right? But the good news, the positive news keeps on coming about how real crypto is. You got to remember, some people still think crypto is a fake fad Ponzi scheme that's never going to do anything anywhere in the world. Meanwhile, countries are adopting it. Billionaire asset funds are adopting it. Now, there is also the other side of things where people are freaking out right now because of the fact that countries, hedge funds, banks, CBDCs are all coming out. And it just doesn't add up, right? Because Bitcoin supposedly was the people's currency, and it was going to eliminate government interference, and it was going to be owned for the people, by the people, and so on. But that's no longer the case because corporations, businesses, countries are actually acquiring basically all of the Bitcoin. So we're going to see, right? There's the New World Order conspiracy about the fiat dollars controlled by this small amount of people, centralized, which is true, the Federal Reserve and so on. But now you don't think that the Federal Reserve is coming after all of the crypto possible? I mean, what if the Satoshi Nakamoto group, 4 people or whatever, which is well known by the CIA, they know who these people are. You don't think that they have like an inside track on what they're doing here? So we're going to see. I mean, I'm getting a little confused on how this is all going to play out. I'm really big into, it being the future. And if it is the future, the good thing is we want to be on the side of the government. We want to get in before the government, before they pump the price of everything. So XRP being low, Bitcoin being low, Ethereum being low, all these things are positive for us to back up the truck and get ready. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. But like the signs are like, it's clearly written on the wall what's happening in front of you right here. $500 billion asset manager Apollo launches Bitcoin custody for institutional clients. Apollo Global Management, with $515 billion in assets under management, has begun storing crypto on behalf of its clients via relationship with digital asset platform Anchorage Digital. Interestingly, the decision comes amid challenging year for crypto sector, with Bitcoin being down, the flagship digital asset, 50%, more than 50%. It's now close to 80% since the beginning of 2022, as investors have grown increasingly concerned about macroeconomic conditions such as rising inflation, interest rate hikes, foreign exchange rates. Reuters reported on October 31st, Apollo, which neglected to reveal the sorts of crypto assets it owns, said the partnership with Anchorage Data dated back to the middle of last year, when the business started investigating how to best protect its customers' crypto holdings. After that, Apollo became involved in Anchorage's Series D fundraising round, which included December of 2021. Adam Ealing, the COO, says here, as we explore creative ways to apply blockchain technology across Apollo's business, We look forward to collaborating with Anchorage for the safekeeping of clients' assets. Ripple CTO defends XRP's sluggish price, says it's moving in sync with Bitcoin and Ethereum. While some altcoins and cryptocurrencies in the market posted new all-time highs in recent months, one angry investor claims the XRP price movement is a disgrace. In response, David Schwartz, the COO, indicated that one's view of the token's price action is dependent on a particular time frame. And Schwartz had mentioned, in fact, that XRP has performed better than Bitcoin and Ether on a year-to-date basis. BTC and ETH are down 56 and 57 for the total calendar year, while XRP is only down 45%. XRP is still the sixth largest cryptocurrency with a market cap of $23 billion, according to CoinGecko. And of course, XRP is primed to rebound on bullish lawsuit developments, as we've continued to hear. I wanted to let you guys know major market players, including TapJets, iRemit, Philip Goldstein, ICANN, Investors Choice Advocates Network, and Spin the Bits have all thrown their weight behind Ripple and the SEC legal battle. Moreover, Washington, D.C.-based crypto lobbyist group, the Blockchain Association, also recently filed for permission to back the Ripple as a friend of the court. And that brings me to my next article, XRP versus SEC. Jeremy Hogan shares key reasons, numerous amicus briefs in the lawsuit. And if you have not seen this over on Twitter yet, again, I keep on telling you guys, you got to become a crypto Twitter. It is amazing. Not to mention Twitter's about to be way cooler. A bunch of different things coming along the way, I bet, with Elon Musk taking over the reins there. But why is it important for numerous ABs have been filed by Ripple versus SEC case? An AB, amicus brief, is a friend of the court, and historically, ABs have been filed only in the appellate and top-level courts while difficult issues are being resolved. So right now, at this level of the trial, at the level of this court, we have not been risen up along the routes yet. It's rare for this to happen. So that's what he's pointing out here. And he goes on, as far as I know, the record for number of ABs is 78, and those were filed in an abortion case back in the 80s, and it made its way all the way up to the Supreme Court. So that being said, is it normal to see numerous ABs in a trial level case? Definitely not. The judge's liberal allowance of amicus briefs in the trial level case would seem to suggest that she understands that the issues involved are complicated, novel, and the ruling will affect a large group of people and or entire industry. And I think that's a good thing, he says here. Also, as I was digging more and more into the XRP Twitter stuff over here, just added to our document library, motion for leave by John Deaton and XRP holders to file amicus brief in opposition to the SEC motion for summary judgment, exhibit text amicus brief seeking to submit. So now, if you're not familiar, John Deaton is representing the XRP holders in the case as well. So not only Ripple is battling, but John Deaton has his own little situation going on as representing the holders. He's now filing an AB as well because of us, like in name of us, XRP holders. And jumping over here to John Deaton's Twitter, we also see here just now, 49 minutes ago, I did not even read this yet, Coinbase has just filed amicus brief for Ripple XRP case as well. Another thing here, right here, SEC claims that Ripple can grow the Ripple claims that only, and here we have John Deaton also 2 hours ago, the SEC claims that only Ripple can grow XRP ecosystem, but look what Jay Spinbits proving them wrong on Bitcoin's birthday. And Jay Spin the Bits over here says, we have submitted the comprehensive CBDC solution on private XRP ledger under the interoperability category for the final round of hackathon. We submitted CBDC retail app, our public-facing merchant portal, CBDC portal for central banks, and an exchange portal. As always, super proud of my team, and it was absolute honor internally for our team to accomplish this task. Please see the link in the submissions below. And also just remember, Spin the Bits. They also have filed an AB amicus brief for Ripple. So it is amazing how strong of a case Ripple is building, and it continues to have more and more. It's like a wave of support coming from behind and continuing to push in their respect.
If you're ready to earn an extra $200 to $3,000 per day in passive income, just like the Run Guys do every single day, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, then click the link in the description of this video to learn the Run Guys' #1 way to start earning passive income online with crypto today.
All right, so now let's jump over here to the charts and see what's going on. So we are barely in the green now. We're at 0.82. We do have, let's see here, on the daily charts, we have 1 hour, 3 minutes left. Also wanted to make you guys aware that the new weekly candle has just officially kicked off today. So again, we do have our scenario here on the RSI playing out where it ran all the way up to the top of the volatility band, which is where it actually coincided with the 50 exponential moving average on the weekly, and as well the 55-cent level. Rejected off of those two things, came back down, bouncing now off of the 45% level support on this weekly candle. And you can see here the 14 exponential moving average getting really close there. The RSI is still tracking above the 50, just a smidge, right? It's at 50.096. So remember, this is a lagging indicator. As this moves to the upside, this will start to gradually grow. And when we take a look now over here on our daily charts, let's get these candles larger. We have our RSI has just dipped because of the last 2 down days below the 50 level. So we're having some, conflicting information coming in with the chart. So a couple things we have to keep in mind. This is bearish. Our daily has been bearish, and it's been bearish, switched bearish since October 10th, which was actually this candle, and it has been going. We have had this nice little rally back, this battling back since, the bottom down here was 42 cents, rallied all the way up to 48 cents. So nice 6-cent gain there over that week, essentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days, 13 days. So basically 2 weeks really inside of this channel. Today was the day that it broke to the downside of that channel for the first time. If we jump to the 4-hour charts, you can see we actually broke out. We did have a little dippy dip out over here as well. And remember, we initially charted this based upon the daily charts on the line graph. Okay, so if we wanted to go 4-hour chart and we want to go line graph, we can actually expand this out. Whoa. There we go. So we can go like that. And then let's go ahead and extend this into the future as well. Like that. And then let's bring this down right there. So now we have the tops, bottoms. So this, it did dip out of our channel, jumped right back in there. So let's look at the candles now. This gives us a better reading. I do usually like to pull my information from the 4-hour charts. I do most of my trading from the 4-hour charts as well. But as you can see, we just broke back inside of our volatility band. We have a little W pattern on the RSI. There is no divergence. That's the only thing. I wish there was like a bullish divergence indicating a more powerful move to the upside. But on the 4-hour, it is looking powerful. It made a nice run up. It did run up to this candle here, rejected off of that 46-cent level, and it is now trying to battle back up again. So this 1-hour candle, it ran all the way up, came back down. Even take a look here on this 15-minute chart, came down, and it's trying to rebattle this level here. So on the 15-minute charts, you do have the 1100 exponential moving average that it bounced off of. Now, we did have a bearish cross of the 50 versus that. Now we're running back up to test it. We have a little test of the bottom of this channel, test of the 45-cent level. So a bunch of downward tests that failed. And now it's trying to make its move back up. All right, so let's go ahead and check out supply and demand zones and see what we have going on. So right now on our 4-hour charts, we do have a new supply and demand zone here. This gives us new data because of this candle. And that would be our current resistance level right here at 0.47020. So as price continues to run up, once it gets to this level, we will look for a serious challenge at that level. There's a lot of room to run to the upside, so it could likely bust through that level, which would be nice. That also essentially gets us back to basically this zone here, and that would allow a breakout at that 48-cent level. And we do have a little micro irritation right here in this chart. So 48 cents. So really, we need to break above 48,443, which is this line right here. We can reestablish that as a support. We're just doing the bullish indication. Come up here, test, test. Then we can make our move to the upside from there. If we jump to the daily charts, we have this one giant interruption candle right here for the daily charts that we have to get through. So there is a lot of interference. So look, all this interference, historical interference, this interference to get back to the upside. And again, what do we need to break? We need to break above this line right here. That's our breakout line no matter what, 55,970. And that brings us back to this chart here, that 55-cent level. So we're trading between 45, 55 in this little channel. We need to officially claim that before we can make our move to the next level. If this does play out as a bearish flag, we would be from here to the bottom. That would be our flagpole. We move that from there to there. Playing from the top of the flag pattern down, we would have a bearish move potentially fulfilling at that 35-cent level. Back here on the XRP daily charts, the RSI has crossed below its slower moving average, and it has flipped to the red background, as you see that it's done previously here. And when that red background stayed red for quite some time, we did have a significant drop. If that continues to play out, this drop here, this crossover from this daily candle, we may see a significant drop. And where does that drop get us to? Potentially 35 cents. So that's what we're looking for on XRP. We have a bounce, move back to 55 cents, or we break the bearish flag pattern and drop to 35 cents. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, just financial entertainment. This is what the charts are telling us. But of course, volatility can kick in at any moment. We do have FOMC this week on Wednesday, big major financial news, could flip the markets either way. So we're going to continue to pay very close attention. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way we can watch along with each other. Jumping over here to Ethereum. Ethereum's still charted out from what we had yesterday. We'll jump here to the 4-hour charts. Ethereum did play out that bearish divergence on the 4-hour charts like we thought. It's been playing down ever since. We are in a bearish scenario. We're about to drop below the 50 RSI level, which is bearish as well. The only thing that I could say is that it's dropped so fast, it's gotten outside the volatility bands. We may have a correction here for a couple of minutes. As we take a look here on the daily charts, Ethereum absolutely flew. It was insane outside of the volatility band, still trying to make its way to break back inside of the volatility band. Here on the Japanese candlesticks, it's giving us the signal that it's about to drop back in, and it's also crossing with a red background. So that's going to be bearish. Now, the only thing is we still have the solid green background indicating more of a bullish scenario on this higher time frame at the daily. And it has a long way to move to all the way down to the 50 to get back to this yellow line. On Ethereum, I do have a couple of levels I'm paying attention to right here. This 1,550. In fact, it actually got to that level, rejected off of there. You can see it tested it once, tested it twice, and now it's making its move back up. I have another level here. It's very important of 1,575. If it breaks this 1,550 level, there is a possibility of a return back to 1,520. And there is signs that that is a possibility. We do also have the fair value gaps here on the 4-hour charts, which are the most likely to get filled. And those gaps bring us, in reality, I mean, all the way back potentially to 1,280. So if it came and filled this gap, this gap, this gap, this gap, this gap. And if we're looking here Obviously it's not going to happen in a day, but if it continued to work its way down in this bearish scenario, that could potentially happen. With FOMC coming out, if we get really bad news on the FOMC and it just tanks the markets, it would just come in and wipe all that out in a really quick swoop. Taking a look at Bitcoin, same scenario played out on Bitcoin as well. We had the bearish divergence from there to there. Price is continuing to come down. Our level that was of importance was here. And as you can see, price dipped all the way back down to our 1 hour supply and demand zones here on the daily charts, rejected back up to that level. And look at this, the body is not going to close below that potentially. 51 minutes, that is not as bearish as we could have been. We could have been in a real bearish scenario. This also crossing back inside volatility band, also having the red crossover here on this daily signal. So, but that rebound is quite significant. That is a very strong rejection off of this lower level. It came and cleared out this entire fair value gap. It got to this supply and demand zone and rejected back off. So let's look at this here. And we drop to the 1 hour. So remember, these are 1 hour supply and demand zones from back here, October 25th. And then these zones came and played with it the other day here on October 28th. Boom, continued its move to the upside. We said that it needed to hold this as support. Sure enough, it did. Came here, tested again, held support again. So, that's pretty strong as far as that goes on the charts for Bitcoin. Bitcoin also crossing above the market center line, going bullish, green background. So interesting scenario here because Ethereum looks a lot weaker than Bitcoin. This is on the 1 hour, still looking bearish here, but trying to battle back. In fact, turning red. Yeah, this is interesting to see. All right, so Ethereum sitting here, trying to make its way. Now we're on a smaller time frame that we weren't looking at before. Ethereum is going to have a smaller, let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me check my other system. All right, so Ethereum. On the really small time frame, 1 minute looking bullish, 5 minutes looking bearish, 15 minutes bearish, 30 minutes could be bearish. 1 hour, 1 hour's getting a little bit of bullish, 4 hours very bullish for Ethereum. And the daily, if price gets down, so here, let me show you something here on the daily. We go daily, we go here, and then we go moving averages. If price can get down back below this 50 exponential moving average at like 14, this will continue to climb a little. So what are we saying? 1450. If it gets below there, we're dropping super hard and it could like really free fall. But right now, smaller time frames looking bullish on Ethereum. Let's look at XRP. All right, XRP, 1 minute, very bullish, 5 minutes, bullish, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, because of that rejection, 15-minute time frame, it rejected off of that 1100 moving average. If that continues to fall and it breaks below the 50, we could see continued drop. This also is not very, I mean, it's bullish, but it's really overbought. So XRP, continue on. 30 minutes could go either way. 1 hour is bearish, 4 hours bearish, daily is bullish. So there's no consensus all the way through. These middle time frames are bearish. Those could all flip back to bullish though, considering what's going on. So we'll keep an eye on that. Shiba Inu on the dailies. It's still holding support along that support line, that trend line that started all the way back here in June. It did run up and tested those exact levels we talked about yesterday or 2 days ago. Went up, tested it, rejected. See if it could fight back up there. 4 hours. 4 hours looking bearish, about to cross bearish. Tested that area. So neutral on Shiba Inu for what I'm looking at right now. The weekly charts, though, are showing bullish as can be. I just don't like that it rejected right off that 50 so hard. Maybe it's going to try to battle back up there. We do have good signs on the RSI TDI for bearish possibilities, but that can change. Daily's trying to make the shark fin. We could be having a correction here on the daily. 4 hour. 4 hours already turned bearish. 1 hour. 1 hour is turning back bullish. But price is just trading sideways. So 4 hour wise. I mean, we'll look. The next 2 4 hour candles are going to be very important. If we break below this trend line here at quad 01160, we could see a continued drop for quite some time.
If you're ready to earn an extra $200 to $3,000 per day in passive income, just like the Run Guys do every single day, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, then click the link in the description of this video to learn the Run Guys' #1 way to start earning passive income online with crypto today.